This was like a 20-minute long stream, and I cut out the parts that made my brain go to sleep. Let me know what you think.
So, you told me you got some new pumps.
Yeah, yeah. I ended up pulling the plug, and I needed some pumps for my sump. So I was like, I needed something to keep the drag suspended. So I went ahead and ordered some of the DMP from Amazon, and I got the DMP 20, I believe it is, the smallest one. I forgot the number.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and man, that pump at 100% hums like crazy.
Wow.
And I didn't just get one. I got two.
Oh, so they both hum.
They both hum like crazy at 100%.
Like how loud?
So let's put it like this: my MP40 at 100% compared to that pump at 70% is about the same noise.
Wow. That's pretty loud for a little pump, but
yeah,
I get you.
Yeah. So in order to get it quiet, I gotta get it down to about 70%. If you go price for price, it's better off going with the other ones.
Yeah.
But
I know I looked at the price for $15 more.
I think they're like 160 or so, maybe
160. I think it's like 135 for those ice cap pumps that do.
yeah. The little one is 129. Well, they went up they were 120 like 4 or whatever, but now they're like 129. I don't know, like the few dollars increase, but yeah, those ice caps to me, that's definitely a better choice. I think people should be honest when they review stuff, and not trying to have an agenda with it.
Well, yeah, but I'll be honest. Some people, they may not have that much experience, when they're buying a product like that. So I can't fault them for their ignorance.
Right.
The magnet, it ain't strong like people say. The magnet is weak as hell, and that's the reason they use the suction cups, because even with the suction cups, I can tap on it with my finger and I can make the dry side move.
What's up, Nick?
It came in halfway through the conversation, so all I heard was pumps.
Luis got the knockoff MPs to try out because he didn't really need them for anything but to stir up his sump.
Right. And how are they?
Loud.
Right.
That's big.
I'm just wondering if that's user error. I'm just wondering, is it something that other people have noticed with them?
No, and I think that's a problem. It's that a lot of the people using them may not know that they're loud, may not have a comparison.
Nick, again, I'm not saying that, all I'm saying is that there's people out there that were kind of doing reviews and trying to make it seem like they were quiet. Get it, but they didn't specify it. When you say I'm doing a review, why not say, hey, I only run this pump around 70%. I noticed that when I got it to 100%, they were loud, right? You see, I'm not using it. I'm not using it for an aquarium pump. I run mine at 70, 75. Of course, at 70%, they're quiet.
Can I just ask you as well, Luis, what thickness of glass are you using them on for your sump?
That sump is a 1/4 inch.
Even on the products you're talking about, like the Ecotech stuff, they have tolerances between glass thicknesses because of the strength of that magnet is the standard strength. You can't buy a dry side for an MP40 that tolerates thicker glass than another dry side for an MP40.
Gotcha.
And I think to Luis's point too, with the way these pumps have kind of come on the market, they were presented as a price, a cheaper alternative to kind of displace the MPs.
There's other stuff that I kind of have an issue with, and I will be honest, my main gripe isn't product related. It's when people do this. I've got them, they're the best, you can't buy better. And then when you quiz those people, why did you buy them? Because if you look, every tank I looked at has these lights, so that's why I know they're the best. And you go, have you looked at any other lights? And they go, well, no, because these are the best. And then they go out and perpetuate that. You know, these are the best, these are the best, these are the best. So you then get new reefers, you know, people saying which is the best light. You get a swamped with people saying these are the best. So they feel that if they don't buy them, then they're buying second rate. But when you actually ask the people that are promoting and say, compared to what? They can't give you a experienced, knowledge-based, you know, reasoning in
Right.
majority of the case. And that's why I even said on the last stream I was on with Greg, hey, Greg, alternatives to the Ecotex, what would you recommend people to try, you know, that are a good alternative? You know, and there are lights out there that I feel are equal, and some that I actually think are better, and some that aren't as good. But are we there to, as responsible, educated, experienced hobbyists, to almost like turn people to particular products based on what? Or are we there to say, hey, these are the things you should be looking for in a light
Right.
that are critical, that are important? Go and have a look at the lights that meet that criteria and choose one that you like. But a lot of the time, especially in lighting, people don't know what to look for in the light. And that's why we have this kind of like steering towards particular product lines,
No, I
because
think what
it's
they
hard for
do.
them to know what to look
No,
for even.
I think they look at they
Ben,
look at
got me going.
emulating those who are successful.
Yeah, but
That's all. That's
like
all it
we
is.
even said,
That's
you know, some people can be successful with a candle.
I
You know,
understand that. I understand that. But
it's
I'm telling you, this is why they buy it. They see
Right.
over and over people successful using a product.
I mean, even to the point on radions, you talk with people and they say, "Oh, look at all the big coral farms and what's the majority that they use?" Yeah, some use this and some use that, but a lot of it that you see is a lot of radions,
Yeah.
and that's just
but
it's a lot
is
of,
that
you
through
know.
choice, or is that a political relationship
I'm sure,
decision
I'm sure
making
it's a little bit.
Or
purchase?
is it that it's a proven winner? That's I think more what it is. You're seeing, hey, the people who are growing coral for a living, I don't think they're gonna choose crap that doesn't work.
No, they're not going to choose crap that doesn't work. But
Okay,
and I'm
so
not saying anyone's done this. But I've had discussions with stores on Coral Bay installations and said, "What kit are you going to use?" And those stores have come back to me and said, "Whoever offers us the best deal."
See, but that's
Now,
okay.
they
That
get
to
a
that
great deal
point.
from that supplier. You walk in as a newbie customer and say, well, these lights must be good. Otherwise, my store wouldn't be using them. Surely that's the reason they bought them.
But that
Not
just sounds like a
necessarily.
store that's wanting to, get as much crap as they can for as little money as they can. That way they can be,
Well, no,
they can get
they've got
rocketed.
to work. They still have to work because, like Greg's saying, they have to be successful lights. They have to work. But there's a number of successful lights. But the onus isn't necessarily on picking the one that's the best. It can be because they cut a great deal for that store.
I mean, it
true.
could be. It could be. I mean, I look at us here. Like we have no sponsorships. Everything we picked up, either secondhand or bought it new. And it's just because we like it and we see other. It's just I'm a creature of habit. It's what I find success in, and it's not because anybody else is running it. But I do understand to your point. Stores that are starting up or new hobbyists that want to do this as a business. They're going to look for it in the quickest way possible, which is let me pull out a credit card, let me get some stuff, and let me buy all these tanks. I just want to get started, and they're going to look for sponsorships and anything to get them as quick as they want to start versus you're building this over a period of years and you're doing it in a whole different organic way.
No, I'm not going to put you on the spot, Pootan, because I know it's not fair
Oh,
to do that. I know Greg's
no, ask,
obviously on the
man.
way to the office, so
I'm always an
he
open
needs
book,
to go
bro.
soon.
Yeah.
But put it this way, you've got a budget for your expansion and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
A company offers you sponsorship and says, hey, we really like what you're doing. We want some association with you. We think that's going to look good for our brand. We're going to sponsor you this product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you get a other company come back to you and say, yeah, this is going to cost you several $1,000s to use our
Right.
product. You compare those two products and you go, these are both going to work for me. So it's not about the capabilities of performance and the light now. It's about like they're both going to work.
Right.
Which one do I go with?
So
Right?
I fall back secondhand to I personally don't like being beholden to anybody, whether it be business, anything. I like to operate individually. And if I were to start taking sponsorships, I feel like that puts me in a position now to where I got to kind of go one way or another. And I'm, you know, it's good for some
Or
people.
even if
Just,
the budget,
Guys,
even if you
I
had a
gotta wrap
particular
this up.
budget, you know?
yep, he's
I
going
gotta
to
wrap this
Sorry,
up.
Greg.
But there's
No
one
worries.
good comment right here. Trey Walker says people like to push what they like. Sometimes it's jaded on sponsorship or freebies, but it's nice to have options that also work for different price points. I agree
Exactly.
with that, most of it. Yeah, I got my Radeons for free. And guess what? It ain't jaded. It ain't jaded because that's what I wanted. Some of us have that opportunity that they can pretty
right,
much get whatever they want.
which is
So
perfect, man.
that's what I wanted, and it was based on data. That
Yep.
so don't think everybody who's sponsored is jaded. That's bullshit.
No, no.
Some people have options, and some people don't. And a lot of the people that's hating on the people who are sponsored because they don't have options. So they need to ask themselves, why me and not you? All right, take care, guys.
This is true.
See you.